What's going on, guys? It's your boy Gordon from Wins, coming back at you with episode 2 of our Master League Career Mode with Manchester City. Man, to begin this video, I will show you a couple targets that I'm actually looking at signing. For the most part, for Manchester City, I don't really, and personally, feel like I need to sign or get too crazy in the transfer market. I do want to keep it somewhat realistic, but I do want to buy players that I want to buy. So, as you can see here, the 3 players that I am looking at are Paulo Dybala, Ousmane Dembele, and Irving Lozano. And the reason why I'm thinking about picking up those players, I don't know if I'll pick up all 3, but I want to get somebody to eventually replace David Silva in the middle. And then I know I don't have a center defensive mid up there, but that is also in the plan also, to have an heir apparent to Fernandinho. So that is what my transfer market is looking like right now. I'm hoping to make 2 signings for sure, maybe 3, but for the most part, like I said, I don't think I need too much as an overhaul squad to really pick up anybody, because, you know, in the last transfer window in January, we got Laporte. You know, from last season, we got Mendy and Kyle Walker and Bernardo Silva, so on and so forth. So I don't really think I need to beast too much else. I just want to start filling and getting a little more youthful in certain areas. But as you can see here, we're still kicking off in the preseason and International Champions Cup in our game number 2 against Roma. If you guys saw the first episode, which, by the way, I appreciate all the support that was shown in that. In the first episode, I was not expecting 200 views, but the fact that I was able to get it, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot, guys. Definitely keeps me motivated and wanting to continue on creating content and coming out with these videos for you guys. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, the first episode when we played Atletico Madrid, unfortunately we lost. So still trying to figure out if we can win this championship cup in the preseason, because it would be nice to get our first bit of silverware, especially as an introduction into PES itself. But yeah, so my overall thoughts in the first couple days of having this game, I think it's been out for almost a week now. I would definitely say that it's obviously not FIFA, but it definitely does play well enough to where it has me excited to have a different type of soccer game. You know, my thing with the whole reason of getting PES is because I I have been playing FIFA since, I want to say FIFA '09, and every year it has gotten better. I want to say up until maybe about FIFA 12 or 13, when I started to notice that career mode hasn't really changed and it's been the same exact thing over and over and over. So I just felt like, you know, as a soccer fan overall, I want to give PES a chance, even if it doesn't have the glitz and glam of that FIFA does in terms of having all the licensing, you know, which is what I was trying to kind of explain in the first episode. But for the most part, I just want to give PES a shot, and so far so good. I'm enjoying it. It's not too difficult. It is quite an adjustment. It's a little more difficult than FIFA, but you know, overall it's still soccer at the end of the day, and you know, I'm enjoying it. So I hope you guys are too. But getting back into the game again, my overall game plan is to hopefully win the championship for the preseason, but we'll see, because I think in order to win, you have to win all 3 games, like in a normal preseason. But I don't see Atletico Madrid dropping any points. I see the best chance that they were going to drop points was against us, but obviously we did not come out with a victory in that game. So we'll see. Our backs up are against the wall, so we'll see. Hopefully that we put out a good showing against Roma. But for the most part, in the first half, it went by pretty quick because nothing too exciting happened. I mean, both teams had a couple chances here and there, but for the most part, it was just a lot of cherry picking, going back and forth, give and goes. Not anything too crazy. As you see here, we're going to go ahead and end the first half here pretty quickly, because again, nothing was, you know, too exciting about it. But for the most part, like I was saying, the option files definitely do help the game a lot, instead of playing as Man Blue and having the actual jerseys of Man City and the stadium name, so on and so forth. It is really cool, and the fact that you're able to do that and be able to download that from certain websites and certain people is, you know, also helps in terms of the whole issue of having licenses. Because although they're not official with the glitz and glam that FIFA provides, it's still good enough. You know, it's still soccer, it's still 11 on 11, and it's, you know, the jerseys are there, good enough for me, and I'll take that any day of the week with some decent features. But anyways, going back to the game, um, again, not too much is going on. I'm still trying to figure out how to play this game. I really do not know how to juke, which is kind of frustrating to me. So if anybody who has played PES or is a master at PES can shoot me a link or something on how to learn how to do skill moves, that would be very appreciated because I have no idea what button I'm supposed to be pushing. I know sometimes I'll push a button and it looks like it's going to happen, but in FIFA I can do tricks all day long because it's just pretty straightforward on how to do them. But I try the same thing in PES, but it obviously does not work. So if there's anybody out there, I'm reaching out to you to teach me or guide me in a way to do skill moves. But as you can see, Roma there almost got the goal, but hold their own there. I think will be pretty successful. So there'll be a video dropping tonight, and then I will also be dropping a video tomorrow, Monday, in the afternoonish, because I get to get that all edited. Because if you guys don't know the software that I am using as Kevin De Bruyne with a nice super goal, if nobody's gonna come and guard you, you might as well go ahead and take a shot. So if you watch this real quick, I mean, geez Louise, somebody step up to him. But if you're not going to, and you're in 18, you might as well just go ahead and take a hit. But if you guys want to know what I'm recording on, I'm actually recording on the PlayStation 4 itself, with the recording feature, and then also the editing software, which is the PlayStation Share Factory. So I'm doing this all on a PlayStation with a controller. So it is quite difficult to get everything adjusted, but it's always just stuff you want to try. You always use things that are right there for you, and if it's free, might as well. You know, there will be a point where I will be able to get better software and create more incredible content for you guys. But for right now, just stick with me, bear with me. We'll have a enjoyable ride, a fun time. If you guys want to see, soccer played at a high level in terms of video games and just get to know somebody who is an American who loves soccer and coaches soccer and everything like that, stick around for sure. I've got a lot of soccer stories and interact with you guys and your soccer experiences. I think what this channel will be all about is just playing soccer together. We pick the teams, we pick the players, we do our thing, we just have fun, and then we bring the positivity here and we just talk about soccer, everything that's going on in the world of soccer, whether it's Champions League, Premier League, La Liga, everything. Go ahead and leave your comments down below and just, again, talk about your soccer experiences. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, Pro Evolution, it is quite the thing to say because I was in that majority that always told myself that I would never, ever, ever play Pro Evolution. I just never saw the point. It was just like, why would I want to play a game that has no license? And, part of me does feel that way in a sense. But again, it just comes back to the whole point of I just love the game of soccer and the fact that there is another soccer game out there that can essentially give FIFA a run for its money if EA Sports wasn't so money hungry, then I think we would have two pure franchises that can actually compete for each other back and forth. Because my biggest thing about it, as I know I'm getting a little sidetracked in terms of the game that's going on, when it's winding down. But maybe I'll explain it in the next video. But excuse me, sorry. I really hit the counterattack on Roma. Definitely, the counterattacks in this game are super deadly, and it was just, I don't know, we were on fire. Kevin De Bruyne, man, what a golazo, man. Riyad Mahrez, definitely a good signing for us. It's going to be interesting to see him integrate into the Pep Guardiola system. I think he'll do just fine. Don't get me wrong, he's a super phenomenal player, and he'll just give us an extra dimension in the Premier League and the Champions League. So he's a great, great signing for sure. And he's just gonna have to come in and ball. Not everybody's guaranteed to play, and it is what it is. For me, I always feel like, man, you guys get paid super, super duper crazy money to play a sport that we all love to watch and play ourselves. So if you're sitting on the bench, man, you'll get your opportunity to play for sure. Just come to training, have fun, and get to it. Um, but I don't remember what I was about to talk about. What? Sorry. It is about 11 o'clock. And I've got a long day today, but for the most part, anyways. Um, oh, I know what I'm talking about. Going back to Pro Evolution and then FIFA and being against Pro Evolution. Now, my whole thing is I would personally like to see, and this goes for all the sports games, I would like to see all the licenses available to anybody that wants to use it. Like, yeah, it's a monopoly, whatever. You gotta pay for the licenses, and it should be fair game because I feel like if you get a game, and the biggest example that I always like to use is NBA Live versus NBA 2K. Like, there was a time where nobody played 2K and everybody played Live, and then once, ooh man, Colosso, super Colosso, and this is the third match against Copenhagen. Like, oof. Kevin De Bruyne, man, he's definitely on another level for us too, and I'm glad that he's on our team. Like our team uh, is super stacked. I just feel like we're gonna win the Premier League again. Champions League, I mean, I'll be a little more realistic, but I'll say that we can at least get to the semifinals this year. I don't see why we can't. Can we win it all? I mean, it remains to be seen. Premier League, I think we have in the bag. But Champions League, yeah, realistically, I think a semi-final is probably where we'll end up this season, and then I think next year is our year to win the final. I think, I think that's my prediction for my team. Um, but I mean, I've been a City fan forever, forever. Anytime people always ask me, how long have I been? Anytime people ask me what team I like, and I say Manchester City, a lot of them are just like, "Oh, you're just a bandwagon. You don't know anything about City, blah blah. You just with them with the glory." Like, man, I remember the days, man. I remember the Tom Cook jerseys. I remember when there was Stephen Ireland. I remember when we had Sean Wright Phillips. I remember when we had Robinho. I mean, Robinho was my favorite player, but I know he was a big signing. But oh my gosh, as we get scored on too. But I just remember like, because I mean, to be honest with you, in terms of watching soccer, I became a fan super late. I've always played soccer, but I never watched it on TV till maybe when I was like 16 back in 2006. So I've been a City fan since 2006. So that just goes back to my roots. I mean, I'm only 28, so do the math there. But anyways, and I live in America, so soccer wasn't always the one thing that we watched on TV. So I didn't come on till super late. But anyway, so that's my history with the club, and I've always just been a City fan ever since. So 2006 up until now. So I've been with the team forever. I feel like in my eyes. But going back to what I was saying about Pro Evolution and FIFA. Oh man, Sane. That's just another player. Like we just got it everywhere, everywhere. Our entire top five attackers are disgusting. Like it's just crazy the players that we have. Um, but no, I still think, honestly, I think PES should have equal rights to licenses that FIFA has. I think they both should. I think to have pure competition and have actual, you know, change in video games, just like in sports, I think that, Pro Evolution should just have license. I don't see what the point is. I think both of them should just have to pay FIFA a fee or whoever they pay to get the license, and it is what it is. And they both get the license to do what they want to do. I mean, they're two different games. I don't see why one has to be a monopoly and the other one has to kind of fall by the wayside. It's kind of unfair in a way. Like it is, but it isn't. It's like they both have money. They both could splash out, and they could both create their own products, and they can both be true competitions to each other. But one doesn't have any of that, just has a couple things, where the other one is just completely dominating because of money. But I mean, it is what it is, at the same time. But I'm just speaking in my sense of a frustrated fan who's been with FIFA for a long time, and this is the reason why I'm playing Pro Evolution also, because I just feel like Pro Evolution deserves a chance too. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. I think both games deserve equal chances to put out the best product for us as fans who buy the game annually every single year. And again, it shouldn't be about, we shouldn't buy PES just because they don't have the license. Like, it's not really fair to them. It's because FIFA wants to hog everything, and then they don't come out with nothing. So as we get scored on again. So This is just a really high scoring game back and forth. I put an entirely, completely different new lineup, so I put a lot of my second team in the game, so that could also be it. But I felt like even with the second team, Copenhagen should be pretty easy to handle. Um, so, anyways, it's pretty unfortunate, but at least we are still winning 3-2, so I cannot complain there. But yeah, so that's really just my gist of why I'm playing Pro Evolution, and then just my frustration with FIFA altogether. It's just, both games at the end of the day should both have the equal rights to create the best product that they can, for sure. But what else? It is what it is. I'll still be buying FIFA 19, and I'll still be playing career mode regardless if it is the same as FIFA 18. It's just, it is what it is. So, it's, it's an unfortunate fact that we all have to live with. It's, yeah, we don't want to buy it, but, at the end of the day, we're all fans of the sport. We're all fans of the game, so we want to have both. So like I said, I just want to get both games equal opportunity to do. And so far, I think PES is fantastic. Super great game. I don't really have any negatives to it other than, you know, the obvious, which happens to be the licenses and the things that they are able to do. But at the end of the day, the game that they are putting out is still, still good. Cannot complain, like I said, you know. So one day they'll both be on equal playing ground, and it will be fantastic. But until that day happens, we are left with their demise. But I am looking forward to FIFA. It'll be interesting to see how the Champions League looks, um, and all that stuff. I saw that there's supposed to be a Champions League draw, so all that would be pretty cool. As we wrap up this game, and we win 4-2. So to finish out the Champions League Cup, we got 2 wins, no ties, and 1 loss, which hopefully, I think, will give us the title. But the fact that we are not holding up a trophy right now does not look like we are the champions of preseason. So unfortunately, it is what it is, but we did our best, and we will continue to keep going on to series. Yep, looks like Atletico Madrid won, so they will be definitely. Look, there you go, tells it right there. They will definitely be taking home the trophy this season. But we did good at the end of the day. I cannot say it was a frustrating preseason. It definitely shows me what I need to work on, what spots I need to buy, and I think those 3 transfers that I was looking at getting will definitely be who I'm looking at getting as we get ready for the Community Shield. I think will be in the next episode for sure. But again, I like this little cutscene. Unfortunately, we can't respond to them. It'd be pretty cool if reporters are able to ask us questions and we can respond. But this little cutscene is pretty cool. It is nice to see a different dynamic. You have the coach and your captain sitting next to each other, and I think that's pretty cool that you're able to look at that and do that and see that. But anyways, that's gonna be a wrap up for this video. I know I didn't really talk too much about the games, but again, it's just more so. I don't know, I'm just really going to talk about everything for the most part when it pertains to soccer. So, as always, I thank you guys for the support on the first video. I hope you guys come back and support me again for the second video. Bear with me on the changes of what I'll be making, but I will be talking to you guys here soon. This is your boy Going for Win signing out. See you guys in the next one.